So I'm proud of him. I'm not really upset. Even like
Crawford couldn't have an error to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
And you know, Terence Crawford continue to be great, continue to do you.
What happens when the greatest boxer of his time finally feels the weight of years? When the fighter who once dominated every ring, every spotlight, every payday suddenly faces doubt. For Floyd "Money" Mayweather, that moment came live when he erupted at Terence Crawford, saying, "I'm still better." The reaction online was explosive because this wasn't just a random outburst. This was Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated legend, finally speaking out about the man many are calling the new face of boxing. The same fighter who recently defeated Canelo Alvarez and shook up the sport. But to understand why Floyd reacted so strongly, we need to look back. For years, Floyd Mayweather was untouchable. 50 wins, 0 losses, a flawless record. A man who turned defense into art, made millions look like pocket change, and made history seem effortless.
Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
Then came Terence "Bud" Crawford, a fighter with the same talent but made for a new generation. Crawford wasn't after attention. He was after greatness. And when he defeated Canelo Alvarez, the game shifted. Crawford was no longer just another champion. He became the man. The boxer many believed could have even beaten Floyd at his peak.
In a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Think about it, Canelo faced both fighters in their prime. Floyd clearly outboxed a young Canelo, no doubt about it. But in 2024, when Crawford stepped into the ring, it was a different story. Bud didn't just win, he controlled the fight. He made the bigger man look completely ordinary.
Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. Because it is, Canelo would get into that certain range, you would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought again.
After the fight, when reporters asked Canelo who was the better fighter between Mayweather and Crawford, he didn't pause. He said Crawford was better.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
That comment shook the boxing world. It wasn't just praise. It was a direct hit to Mayweather's legacy. If the fighter Floyd's reputation was partly built on now says Crawford is the stronger opponent, it changes the entire conversation.
If we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other 2 judges scored it for Floyd, of course.
Yeah, nobody had it.
And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
yeah, what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, very, very young in the game, very obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
a man that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
Your prime is in your 20s.
it's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
But I mean, don't you? I mean,
want to make himself look like he did something great.
Floyd's whole career was about perfection. No losses, no flaws, no rivals. But suddenly, people began to ask themselves, could Crawford actually defeat Mayweather? Could he be the one fighter who could take down the greatest of all time?
Have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ron keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
And that's when Floyd began to shift. He started sending signals, first quietly, then more openly. In interviews, he said things like, "I've still got it, and if I wanted to come back, I could." At first, fans shrugged it off as just Floyd being Floyd. But then came the news that stunned everyone. Floyd Mayweather was considering a professional comeback, not a show fight, a real match.
Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just don't know.
And the name that kept surfacing was Terence Crawford. Floyd wanted to make a statement. He wanted to show the world that no matter what Crawford achieves, no matter how many titles he wins or opponents he beats, he will never be Money Mayweather.
If you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
But before even considering a fight with Crawford, Floyd had another name in mind, Mike Tyson. The two legends are set to face each other in an exhibition next April.
If you could have fought any fighter, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love to fight him. I wish he was my weight.
All right, interesting answer.
He's very delusional. He can't listen. If he was anywhere near that realm of Great Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. He can't take his kid to school by himself. And he talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
And that fight isn't about titles or records. It's about pride. Tyson has made it clear he doesn't respect Mayweather. He believes Floyd is arrogant and never faced true danger. Tyson has promised to expose him in front of everyone.
Oh, Floyd, though.
Huh?
How do you feel about
awesome
Floyd?
Fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
But let's be honest. The Floyd versus Mike Tyson fight is already causing a storm in the boxing world. Fans are calling it a circus, claiming it's not a real fight, just another big payday.
Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this, or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but it's happening.
Critics say that a 6-year-older Mike Tyson has no business getting back in the ring, especially against someone like Floyd who is still fast, sharp, and active. And they aren't wrong. It's definitely a controversial matchup.
It's just shit, isn't it? I mean, like, let's be honest, like, I hate, in a way, and I know people go, oh, you can talk, you fuck. I just hate some things that are happening in boxing. Like, I don't mind if some, you know, like even Jake Paul, I don't mind Jake Paul. I think he's a young guy who's taking boxing seriously. I think he's improving. I think he's doing training camps. But why would you want, how old's Mayweather? 50? You got a, what? How old's Floyd Mayweather? 48. You lot don't even know. You're supposed to be boxing. Yeah, I know, yeah. But all right, 48, 49, whatever. I was going to say, that's old. He's 2 years older than me. Right, what I'm saying is, who wants to watch a 48, 49-year-old Floyd Mayweather fight a 60-year-old Mike Tyson? It's just bullshit. Like, and as much as I love money, I just wouldn't do that. Because I actually, whether you believe me or Pete, you believe me, I love boxing too much. I think it's disgusting. It's just so shit. Like, who wants to watch that? Yet people will watch it, so I understand. But it's just like, I just find it naff.
Jake Paul already faced criticism when he fought Tyson, and now Floyd is about to face the same backlash. But here's the thing. If Floyd dominates Tyson like most predict, he could change the story. That win could be his redemption, a chance to show he still has it, and possibly set up the long-awaited fight with Terence Crawford.
That fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to fight Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event.
And Floyd's recent outburst hit so hard. When he went live and said, "I'm still better," you could feel the frustration behind it. It wasn't just confidence, it was desperation. He was watching the sport move on without him, seeing Crawford become the new face of boxing. For a man whose identity was built on being untouchable, that's a nightmare. But the facts are clear. Crawford's record speaks for itself. He's undefeated, undisputed in 2 divisions, and has faced top opponents, not just beating them but dominating them. He's one of the rare fighters who can switch stances mid-round and make it look easy.
The house on is Bud.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So, skillful, yes. But this and this, it's different.
Even Floyd himself admitted that Crawford's style reminded him of his own. The patience, the adaptability, the skill to read opponents like an open book. But here's the difference. Floyd never had that killer instinct. Crawford does. He doesn't just win, he dominates.
Comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather, how do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going out that much.
Now fans are asking, is Crawford really the next version of Floyd Mayweather? For Floyd, that question is an insult, because in his eyes, there's no evolution, only imitation. He said, "These guys learned from me. Everything they do, they got from watching me, so how can they be better?"
fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terrence.
always figures it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a chess master. Yeah, his IQ in that
The funny
sense
thing
is
about
crazy.
it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
That's true. But you gotta
Can't
have
say
an OG
everybody-
somewhere.
Anybody
though.
else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
gotta pioneer it, right?
Yeah, you gotta. There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere, and I just believe Floyd is that OG.
But here's where Floyd is wrong. Crawford isn't trying to be Mayweather. He's not after Floyd's money or fame. He's after something bigger. He's chasing legacy. He's fighting for history, not headlines. And that's the difference. Floyd always went for money.
Asked me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, you know, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100?
Meanwhile, Floyd is facing a challenge he's never faced before: irrelevance. The media attention that once followed him everywhere is now focused on fighters like Crawford, Gervonta Davis, and even Jake Paul.
Both Canelo and Mayweather, you fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather.
I was very impressed with Canelo at 21, but Mayweather was still technically more sound. I think Crawford is better. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. But Mayweather is definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
So when Floyd said, "I'm still better," it wasn't just about Crawford. It was a message to everyone: the fans, the media, the new generation trying to move on. He wants them to remember he's still here.
Of Crawford, do you think he's better than Mayweather after his win over Canelo Alvarez?
No, I don't think nobody is better than Mayweather. No. So,
What do you think he needs to do to eclipse the likes of the greats in Mayweather Ali? Do you think it's possible?
I'm not saying he is a great fighter. He's great in his own right. But to ask me, is he like better than Mayweather? I don't think no one is better than Floyd Mayweather. Like no one. If we talking about fast process, if we talking about speed, if we talking about punch accuracy, if we talking about punch selection, if we talking about poisonous, God forbid we talking about defense. There's not too many that come close. They can't even carry his jockstrap. Floyd Mayweather's on another level, and we shouldn't forget that since we haven't seen him in the ring in some time.
And honestly, he's not entirely wrong. Floyd Mayweather will always be one of the smartest fighters in boxing. His ring IQ is unmatched. His defense, footwork, and control are on another level. He didn't need power to win. He beat you mentally before even throwing a punch. This fight, if it happens, means very different things for both men. For Floyd, there's little to lose. If he beats Crawford, he becomes immortal, the man who returned at 50 and defeated the pound-for-pound king. If he loses, people will just say he was too old. For Crawford, the stakes are huge. If he wins, critics might say he beat a retired legend. But if he loses, it could erase everything he's accomplished. That's what makes this matchup so compelling. It's not just about punches or titles. It's about pride. It's about eras. One man defending his legacy while the other fights to claim it.
In this interview,
number one and the only one that he got to top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world of boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation didn't get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
But here's the irony. No matter what happens next, Floyd's legacy is already set, and so is Crawford's. And maybe, just maybe, they're both right in their own way. Floyd may have been the greatest ever, but right now, Terence Crawford is the best in the world.
The Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Alright, everyone. Stay updated with the latest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lords and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Don't forget to check out our other videos. Until next time, take care and peace.